Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this presidential discussion, which is a new way to do the presidential address so that you will have a feeling of how we interact during the executive committee and how the society organizes activity. And this is also a way to give to our members and the participants to this meeting some insight on the dynamism of the society and how we are moving. We will have for this discussion Wiebke Arlt, who's our president-elect, Helen Gregson, who's the CEO, Chiara Zatelli, who's the secretary, and Antoan Šojat, who's the chair of the ECE committee. And myself, Jérôme Bertherat, I'm the president of the European Society of Endocrinology. So as you might know, the society is only 18 years old, but underway during this 18 years, huge growth in terms of membership and activities. This is thanks to the action of the previous president, Martin Reinke before me, Andrea Agustina before Martin, and A.G. van der Lille, that was elected president in 2015, and that was the same time I was elected as an EXCO member. So I have no personal experience of the EXCO before 2015. Since that time, many things happened. In 2015, the ECE team did not exist at all, so a lot of change have been developed, and we will discuss that today. And to growth our activity, and I mentioned yesterday during the opening ceremony just some of our new activity that are starting this year, like the 2 new journals, one on obesity, one on environment, the roadmap on the Compass project, the State of Endocrinology project that is starting, and many other activities. And of course, we also have activities that are established for a long time, like the European Congress of Endocrinology. So to develop all this activity, we need to grow our member, we need to grow our team and our infrastructure. And we are going to discuss this morning from this point of view, how we could implicate more in the society basic science, how the ECE team and infrastructure is important, and how it has to change to follow this growth and the development of our new activity, how it is important to have a membership that represents our specialty and to have in the governance of the society a good representation of the diversity, both from the geographical point of view, the gender point of view, the various categories, including the early career endocrinologists. So that's what we are going to discuss, as I would say we discuss during the executive committee meetings, except that an executive committee meeting, the discussion lasts for hours, and we just have a 25-minute session. So that's why just part of the executive committee is present this morning on stage. So we will first discuss basic science, because Wiebke, you're the president-elect, but you're also the chair of a very successful research institute in London, the Mercy Lab. And I would like to hear from you, your point of view, what ECE can bring to basic science.
Many thanks, Jérôme. I think it's also important to think about what can we bring to the basic scientists and what can the basic scientists bring to us. And I think, obviously, we are keen on translation, so we want to bring clinical scientists, clinician scientists, and basic scientists together to talk to each other. At present, and we will come to this, like 8% of our members are basic scientists. That's an increase already, because last year it was 7%. So we have an increase from 7 to 8%, but obviously it would be great if it's pretty much equal numbers. Yeah? And I think one of the key things is that you know, as a clinician or clinician scientist, you sort of know you're an endocrinologist because this is what you are training in. So you say, okay, I train in endocrinology, so I'm an endocrinologist. But many basic scientists do not see themselves as endocrinologists, even if they are endocrinologists. Yeah? Like a very talented young fellow from my institute is attending this conference, Alice Pollard. She's an adipocyte biologist. And I talked to her yesterday, and she said, wow, it's really great opening lectures already. She's very excited, but she's here undercover. And I said, why are you undercover? And she said, because I'm not an endocrinologist. And I said, Alice, you are an endocrinologist. You're an adipocyte biologist, so you're part of the ECE community. So that means I think that ECE will need to do some outreach to the basic science community to come here, people who normally would not consider to come here. Yeah? And people who say it's worthwhile to discuss. Yeah? And we really need to look at this. The majority of people that are members are clinicians or clinician scientists, so people are asked to self-characterize themselves. And we need to motivate people that do not work as basic scientists in the context of a clinical department, but as part of a research institution, to come here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you're perfectly right, and for the clinician, it's clear from the start. It's also clear, I think, that most of the clinicians were attracted to the specialty by the beauty of the endocrine science, in fact, how hormone acts, are they regulated. And so that's also another reason why I think it's very important to have everyone on board. So if we want to attract the basic scientists, we need also to identify what are the challenge in the field of the research of endocrinology for them. How would you describe that? What do you identify as challenge?
I think a challenge for basic scientists is really that in some contexts there are not many positions for them. Yeah, like in my original German context, for example, there are very, very few professorships that are for basic scientists that identify themselves as endocrinologists. Or in many of the university or hospitals in the research departments, you can only work as a basic scientist up to postdoc level, but there are no permanent positions after that. And that is obviously a big hindrance. So many people obviously work in other contexts, but we would be very keen to embrace them. Yeah? And I think one thing which we could also reach out to more, I regularly work with excellent colleagues from basic science in the industry context. There are a lot of industry scientists, and which is really interesting. For example, in the UK, there are currently 2,000 industry scientists undergoing training in pharmaceutical medicine. Yeah? And many of them do stuff that we could easily identify as endocrinology. Yeah? So I think we need to discover cohorts that would really benefit, and we would benefit from them bringing their science here.
Thank you, Wiebke. So what do you think that the European Society of Endocrinology is doing or is going to do to improve these aspects?
I think the ECE has already several good offers, yeah, like in particular for young people. Yeah, if you come here and you give a nice abstract, then you can win prestigious awards. We have the ECE ICE initiative. We will hear about that brings already like basic and clinical researcher together. And we have the lab visit program and the research observership programs that have been created by ECE ICE that are really excellent and reach out to the community. Yeah? But we need to also more proactively advertise the advantages. Yeah? I pretty much recruit everybody in my lab to the European Society of Endocrinology, and they're always totally amazed what is on offer for young people. Yeah, it is a tiny membership fee, and you get a multiple of the membership fee out with all the travel grants, awards, prizes, research observerships.
Yeah, I think we always overestimated the level of information that the potential new member have, and it's always good to remember the benefit to be an ECE member. So the one that are in the audience, the very few ones that are not member yet, please visit the ECE stand. You will have all the information there. So Maria, you're not only the secretary, but you're also the chair of the nomination committee. So you have the responsibility somehow to both improve the diversity in all our committees and focus areas and all our activity in general. And also to improve the transparency so that the member understand the process. So probably one of the best way also to improve the diversity.
Yes.
So from this point of view, could you let us know how we are doing right now?
Yes, we are not doing that bad, I shall say, because we are improving as compared to the previous years. As our president-elect was saying, that the women members are increasing. They are 52% now, and they are coming from 106 countries. So the diversity in the countries are really increasing. We have people coming from, members coming from Africa, from Oceania, from America, Southern and Northern America. So of course UK is the first one. Most of the members are from Europe, but the interest for the European Society of Endocrinology is increasing worldwide, I would say. And indeed, we are trying also to improve the participation of members from middle and low income. 16% of our members are coming from those countries, so I think that the possibility of awarding grants for participating to the meetings and or to the postgraduate courses, especially those organized in Eastern Europe, is increasing the likelihood that people will become a member of the European Society. And also the ECAS, ECAS is including now 48 societies, and the affiliated societies increased as well. So I think we are doing quite good. Of course, there is room for improvement, especially in the nomination for the awards that we have in the European Society of Endocrinology, because we are receiving mainly male nominations, and therefore mainly males are winning the prizes. So we need more nominations for female scientists as well, and and also we need improvement in the candidates for the committees, because this year we received more than 80 nominations for 10 positions in our committees, and most of them are from females. So I think that you girls need to come up and help us in improving the representative, the female representatives in our committees, because we need new blood in our society in order to keep it going. And this increase in the nominations is indeed showing that the members of the society want to participate to the life of the society. And in terms of transparency, I think the society is doing very well, because the call for the positions of these committees was an open call, like the call for the executive committee. So I think that this is a great step towards transparency, and that we should improve the participation even more and to advertise these positions much more.
Yeah, so as you said, you had a huge number of applications for the committee, which is great. But somehow from the geographical point of view, was this application well balanced, or should you try to stimulate people to apply from some country or part of Europe or outside Europe that didn't apply, or apply less than the other part?
We had some applications also from Eastern Europe, but not so many indeed, and so we would need to improve our activities there. The members from low-income countries did not apply, so maybe we should do something more about that, because involvement of these people might increase even more the possibility for them to participate to the life of the society.
It's important that the member hear that they should put forward the application,
yes.
even if they don't have example of people from the same country that were before in the executive committee or the committees in general.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's important. What is good is actually that we already have so much diversity in the membership, and I think it's now like about the people to motivate them to come forward also for the committee. And as you said, like 60% of our members that declare their gender are women and 40% are men. So we would like to see this reflected in the committees. And I talked yesterday to Elena Valassi, who was newly elected to the executive committee, and she told me that she actually decided to apply or to stand for election after she attended the European Women of Endocrinology UWIN seminar, the webinar we held on committee positions, because she realized she really needs to put herself forward and she can do this, and if she's not elected, that's fine, then she will try again. And what other measures do you think we could take to draw in more people from diverse backgrounds, not only as members, but into committees and leadership positions?
Of course, advertisement is the best way to do that, and to spread the word. Of course, the UWIN is doing an excellent job to improve this participation, but also the eyes with their activities. They are growing up very good candidates for the future life of our society, but indeed they are contributing a lot. And also the participation to the board exam that has been very successful this year might improve also the sensitivity to the life of the society, and also the participation to the EndoCompass, this great adventure that our society is trying to start to get more visibility at a European level. I think it's very important. And also the nurse community. The nurses are mainly females, and of course the prizes are mainly going to females, so they are increasing the ratio of female representation in this perspective. And also our president was wishing for a nurse president for the European Society of Endocrinology in the next future. Anyway, and also I would like to underline that another very important aspect is the connection with the patient advocacy groups. Many of us have a very strict link to these societies, and taking their words to the society is a very important issue, and we need them to have a stronger voice in Europe. So we're here for you. We are looking forward to hearing what your needs are in order to better fulfill them. So please come up and tell us what you need, and we will do our best to do that.
So, Antoan, so you're a very efficient chair of the ICE group, and it's clear that it's about a third of our members that are early career, and that they are very important because it's obvious they are the future of endocrinology, but also because they bring dynamism and new ideas, so that's very important. So could you let us know what's the best support society like ECE can give to early careers?
Well, thank you very much. It is truly important that societies like the European Society offer a true sense of inclusion and participation. Because, first of all, the fact that early career members are actually participating on all of the committees of the European Society, actively developing and having official participation. The second thing is also participating in guideline development. For example, personally for me and for everybody that's undertaking this process, it's a huge and incredible way to learn and to connect with the best experts in the field. And it is really motivating. And the third thing, of course, is the sense of availability and the availability of information. Because, for example, the programs like the observership program offers centers and offers mentors. And it is not up to a person to try to chase down somebody or tries to organize something on their own. They have a huge platform that is there for them and that actually makes everybody equal in a way. And of course, I also have to mention funding, because it is a huge pleasure to be able to acquire funding and to distribute the funding equally for all countries, and also to include not only European countries but countries outside of Europe, so that every early career investigator has a sense of participation and belonging to the society. So for me, I think this is This is truly one of the key things that the European society keeps working on efficiently, because I'm just one of the many people from the early career group that truly feels the presence and truly feels like we belong here. So yeah, thank you.
So you're involved in many activities, but could you let us know, in your point of view, it's a challenge, you have to select only one. What's the upcoming activity you're the most excited about?
So I would have to say that I'm most excited about the expansion of the observership programs and the advanced observership programs, because first we emphasize heavily the basic scientists now, and we want to give a true platform for projects to develop to be truly performed in centers of excellence. So therefore the funding is also available for this. And also, I'm excited about the way that we can connect early career investigators throughout the world, because since we have such a successful platform, we can actually offer chances to people that maybe never even imagined that they could come to go somewhere to do some project and to actually completely change their lives. So this is one thing. And also I have to say about the task force, the state of endocrinology is also something that we're very passionate about, because it is time also to ask the question, how do early career people feel? What are their needs? And what is the doctor of tomorrow? What is the endocrinologist of tomorrow? And how can we help them be their best version?
Antoan, a question in a little bit of a different direction. What is the view of the early career membership on ESC's responsibility towards the environment?
So the European society is a very modern society, and it goes along with every trend and everything that's really important to keep up with. And we're very proud that, first of all, we're going green completely. We have digital prints of the newsletters and the publications. We're reducing carbon imprint as much as possible. And also the fact that we're emphasizing heavily on the endocrine disruptors, making workshops, making journals, making things like this. And also it is really important that since hormones matter and truly matter in the really wide way, the advocacies and the policies coming from the white paper and all of these activities from the European society actually translate to European policies and hopefully to policies throughout the world. And in this way, we feel that our work is not only relevant for us or for science, but also for the wider public. So I think this is a really good translation and transition.
So, Helen, to support the growth of all activity and the membership also, we needed an ECE team. In 2015, there was no ECE team, and I think you were the first employee of ECE in 2016, so it's only 8 years ago. And since that time, the team grew a lot, I would say in the same proportion than our activity. So could you describe, because I'm not sure that the members perceive that. Could you explain that and how it's working now?
Yeah, so as you say, in 2015, there was no team, everything was outsourced. And we were quite a fast-moving society, I think, with a lot of activities that we want to support. And so under the leadership at the time of AJ van der Lely and Richard Ross in particular, there was a decision made that ESC needed to develop its own team to further support its activities. The first difference was taking on a CEO, and then gradually we've been bringing on a strategic team who drive the strategic activities and starting to bring in-house many of our activities. So we have in-house now pretty much all of it: strategic partnerships, scientific programs, governance, marketing, sales, business development, and the majority of our operational services, including, crucially for us, I think, our membership. So we now have a leadership team of very experienced people running their own teams, and we have 19 people now on our team spanning 7 countries, which we're very pleased about because the diversity of the team is extremely important for a European society. We also went through a very challenging project to bring in our own CRM, our own database to run our membership, which has been really helpful to run our activities as well. And I think these changes were extremely important to support our strategy. We had a very, very ambitious strategy, And as I say, it's a fast-moving society, and so we had to have that internal team to really drive that, I think.
So what do you see as benefit for the member and the endocrine community in general of this change?
I think it's allowed us to move more quickly and with more focus. So since we've brought on our own team, there's so many different activities that we've introduced, such as the policy and advocacy activities. It's still relatively new, developing a new patient advocacy group scheme, getting closer to our patient advocates, having a more focused approach to business development, and launching a huge number of new educational activities as well. And the benefit which we didn't realise as well is I think it helped us to deal with the pandemic better, because we had a stronger team internally to actually respond to that too. Thank you.
So it's time to close the discussion in terms of timing. I hope you had some fresh and new information and a perception on how this very friendly executive committee, and this is just part of it, interact during our meeting for the benefit of our activity and the benefit of our members. So thank you for coming, and please visit the ECE stand if you are still in need of information, and you will find there much more information about the society. Thank you for your attention.